This podcast is sponsored by Darling Eyewear. Activate your alter ego with Darling Eyewear and start seeing life through a different set of lenses. Shop darlingeyewear.com. Tell them Demetrius Lee and Angela Lee in the Lee Life Experience Podcast sent you. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to a new episode of the Lead Life Experience Podcast. How are you doing today? Listen, I want to make sure before I let Demetrius answer. But thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for liking. Thank you all for sharing. And listen, thank you all for noticing us when you see us out. We represented Charlotte this past weekend. We had an amazing time. We're not Cowboy fans, or nor who the other team was, but we did. Carolina Panther. I'm sorry, but we did. We was recognized, and listen, we appreciate it. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the feedback. Listen, anytime you see us and you feel like giving us some constructive criticism, thank you. Pull us aside. Let us know what you like, what you dislike, what you would like to see us add or talk about or discuss. And again, don't forget, you can text us 833-370-1608 and put relationships in the comment to get on our VIP list and being notified of when we're going to be in a city near you or hearing about any meetups that's coming in the future. So Demetrius, how you doing today?
Doing just lovely, honey bun. Thank you for asking.
I see you representing those Seminoles. What you doing?
Oh, yeah. You know my Florida State? Check the Florida State Seminole. Yeah, we won
I
last
can't
night.
see it a little
Florida.
bit. You need to stand up for the fans. Stand up a little bit. Let them see it. There you go. There go the sun. There you go. That's it. Right here. Represent. That's right.
My Florida State team, we won last night.
All
Got
right.
one more to go. Trying to get in the college football playoff. I've been a diehard Florida State Seminole fan since 1990, and hey, I'm ready to keep it moving. I'm ready.
All right. Hey, that's what it's all about. Listen, I love it. So, Demetrius, you was telling me somebody recognized you, and they recognize your growth. When they seen you, in Charlotte, and they want to know, Demetrius, how did you do such a massive change? So, do you mind? I felt like it was a good topic because, again, when you leave from an area, and people often they often associate you with your past, and people really don't think that people can really change. So Demetrius, can you tell us a little bit about what was your advice to that young man, or who that person was,
First, it
or
was
how
a young man.
or how the
Go ahead.
conversation went, or how did it
Okay, it wasn't a young man.
Okay.
Yeah, he's older gentleman, like about my age. No, he just ran into me. He asked me, my nickname. Everybody called me Tick Daddy, Tick, whatever. But my real name, Demetrius, my mama gave me. So he asked me, he said, man, Tick. He said, man, how did you make that change? You're a different person now. You don't act the same way you used to act. Of course, I got growth. But I told him, well, I made a change because I changed my name. He said, what you mean by that? I said, you called me Tick Daddy. That's a bad man. He'll do anything. He didn't care. He didn't think about it. He was selfish. All he thought about himself and did what he wanted to do. But now Demetrius, Antonio Lee, hey, I see life a little different now. I got to think about my wife, my kid, grandkid. So I do things, I move a little different. I keep a small circle of friends around me. So, yeah, that's how my life changed. I thought, my alter ego Tick Daddy, I had to cut back on him a little bit and bring Demetrius back out.
Oh, yeah. Well, it reminds me, but I really want you to go in a little more detail because,
Well, I can.
again, because people associate, and I'm saying it because we all have a past and we all are ex something. And only until we leave and come back to the area, people still associate you with your past, what you used to do, how you used to get down, and they don't see. Only a few people will really recognize and accept you for this new person or this new creature. Really remind me of the people in the Bible that God gave, Abraham another name, and he gave it to They called him Abram. So I'm reminded of stories like that, because it does take a chance. And even those of you go to church and they say, oh, you know what, you're a new creature in Christ, but you still, if you go back around those same people, the ventures, they still gonna, dissect who you used to be. So even though you might have changed, they gonna push your buttons. They gonna introduce all those things that y'all used to do just to see if you strong enough. And that's the reason why I felt like this is a good topic, because there's somebody out there who's straddling the fence right now. And I want you to be able to give that young man or a woman, give them some insights on, they know where they are and how far they came and where they're trying to go. But Demetrius, they can't disassociate themselves with how they grew up. And it's causing them their livelihood. It's causing them their relationships. It's causing them their job. It's causing them, a relationship with their kids, they love ones, period. But because of being, want to be that person, because that person was the class clown, that person was the one that make everybody laugh, but they doing it at the expense of something else. So can you elaborate a little bit more on how you was able to, like you said, now conscious decision and knowing that, hey, I got to represent my wife, hey, I got to represent my kids and my grandkids. So can you take us a trip down memory lane about that, how you was able to make a decision, or what happened to you in order for you to get that? Because everybody has that fall from grace, like I said. So can you kind of like touch a little bit and then say how you pivot or made that transition?
Yes, well, I'll try to make it quick. I mean, I ain't not
Okay.
quick, but I don't want to go to a whole story. But I can tell you, when I was younger, like I said, my name Tick, and I did stuff. Tick followed the crowd. He did things the crowd did. Went out there, goals and alcohol and women. It was all fine. I was younger. So I did a lot of bad things. I ain't gonna repeat everything I did, but I did a lot of bad things. So you get to a point in life, I got a little older, and they still calling me Tick, but I know they call me Tick. I started doing Tick things. I started thinking like Tick. I started thinking bad ways came in my head, so I knew I had to make a change in my life. I couldn't keep trying to live that name, and I said, I'm gonna go to the name my mama's name, is Demetrius. After I went to Demetrius, I realized in life that I had other people that were counting on me. Tick didn't care who counted on him. He just did what he wanted to do. I said what I wanted to say to people. I was disrespectful. I wasn't mean to people, but I just did things. I didn't care about their feelings. But Demetrius care. I care about people's feelings. I don't want to be that guy. I can say so. So I knew I had to make a change. Now I got a son. I got a daughter. Now I got my wife back. Got grandkids, and I know every move I make gonna affect them. So Tick gonna make wrong move. I'm telling you, Tick. It's like me versus Tick. Demetrius versus Tick. Tick gonna make bad moves. He wasn't a bad fella, but he gonna think about himself. He wasn't thinking about his daughter, his wife, his kids. So I just felt like for me to go forward in life and make a change in life and trying to get what I need to get to, I need to go back to Demetrius Lee. Demetrius Lee dressed different. I wore clothes that when I go out with the clothes I had on, I live up to the image I look. I wore Tick clothes. I act like Tick. I might get out there and get drinking. Don't care who to say anything. Get all on women. Demetrius, he's real respectful. He respects his family, so I carry myself like that. So I tell any young man out there, you got these names, call you JR, a Big Red, Killer Mike, Killer J, whatever. Get rid of the name, man. And you won't live the image. Live your name, your mama name you. And you'll carry yourself like that. Think about everybody you got a nickname, Fat Joe, Lil Joe, Killer Joe. I mean, I just gonna make a name. I ain't talking about Fat Joe, I love Fat Joe, rapper. I'm just making a name. It's kind of my first thing came in my head. You don't want them names on you because you got to live the image. Fat Joe, a rapper. That's what he do. But I bet if I don't know what his real name is, what his real name is, he want to act like Fat Joe. I bet you. He went around telling his real name, he going to carry himself like his real name is. So I tell any young person out there, just get rid of those nicknames you can. Enjoy them while you can. When you get older, you're going to have to change. You're going to have a family one day. You don't want your name connected with that old name because people going to look at you, they try to judge me. I went to Charlotte. That dude was shocked. I had a podcast. He couldn't believe I did that. He think I'm one of these cats still doing this. No, bro, I don't do that no more. I don't run around. I don't get intoxicated. Now, I still took a little nip of drink, but I ain't getting drunk and bury my wife and my family. I just got respect for myself now. That's why I'm going to keep it right there. I got respect for myself. Respect my family.
Ooh, you called out you called out several things, and those of you all, I'm sorry if I'm distracting you, but I was trying to, look at my notes as well as, as Demetrius was talking, and he said out of everything that he said about respect, and I'm saying it because you can look back down your life, and some of us, not everybody, some people are not ashamed, they are who they are, and I'm not talking to them. But some of us are a little ashamed of the actions that we did back then. And I'm saying I did some things yesterday that, now that I look at, I'm having to be ashamed of. And when I'm saying yesterday, I'm talking about the past. I'm talking about things that's already gone. You already have done it. It's nothing that you can do about it. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about when you trying to move forward and you have not forgiven yourself. The first step, and I know we done did things to people, and Demetrius do have an episode that's coming out, Coming Clean, and being able to sleep better at night. And when we present it to people, they immediately like, no, I'm taking it to my grave. No, no, no. And they just they don't even want to be associated with it. They were like, if I got away with it, hey, I'm done. Let it go. Yeah, you can, to be able to let it go. But I feel like if you did something deep in the deep dark secret and you hurted somebody, then I feel like it's fair enough to say, go back and ask for forgiveness. It's not going to hurt your pride that much to say, hey, you know what, I shouldn't. I'm saying it because I have, wavered with apologizing. And I remember going somewhere, and and I was super excited, and this here was nothing. And we was at a retreat, and I went, and when I got him, I was so excited to see her. So I picked her up and I kind of turned her around, and and I felt bad about it. And I felt bad because I didn't want her to think that I didn't acknowledge her new role, her being in the ministry. And I know that me and her always play, and we always have. But I didn't want her to think, Angie's gonna disrespect me in front of all these people, and she still want to tease with me just like we out. But when I'm in a public setting, I had to adjust and realize I can't say what I want to say. I can't do what I want to do. I some things you have to be, contained. Demetrius always getting on me that when I'm always like, let's take a picture, let's take a picture. He was like, Angie, some things are intimate, some things are private, some things I just want to be kept between you and I. And I'm thinking like, it's innocent. We just going to this restaurant. I'm not thinking of the other person. I'm just thinking like, hey, I'm just, I'm snapping this because I'm just creating memories. But you do have to be respectful of people and of their wishes. I'm big on asking permission. And if you tell me, hey, Angie, I don't want a picture, guess what? I'm gonna honor that and respect that. If you tell me, hey, Angie, don't post, I'm gonna honor that. If something I have and you tell me to take it down, you ask me to take it down, I'm gonna honor that because I love the integrity. My integrity is so high that I respect people that I don't want a story that bad. Demetrius and I don't want you coming clean or this episode to tear your home up or to break other homes. We don't want a dramified show. We don't want your
Ooh.
story that bad. Yeah, we don't want your story that bad that you have to break down the character of somebody else in order for us to get trending. Whatever God see fit for this podcast, God is gonna allow it to happen. You know what? Nobody can detour it, nobody can delay it. It's all gonna be, natural on what God wants. But it's not gonna be because we having to use somebody else story, testimony, relationships in order for us to clout chase after it. That's not our intentions at all. Demetrius and our intentions is for you to be able to learn, to be able to look back, to be able to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I got a little more grit in me to go ahead and fight. Because Demetrius and I didn't have anybody. Demetrius, when you was going through, did you have anybody talking to you in a positive way? And I'm not talking about your mom or people that, love you, but I'm talking about friends or an outlet or listen to a podcast about how to correct your marriage. Your marriage was failing. You already knew that it was headed down. So how did you have anything to help?
Well, I can tell you right now, Demetrius doesn't have nobody, but Tick had all kind of people talking to him, and they'll give me all kind of bad advice. F your wife, do what you want to do. She shouldn't did you like that. Because when you're all the ego, like I say, tick. I had friends that I had good friends, but they know to tell me. But I think the Mitchells would have had a different set of friends back then that might have taught me a different way. Might could have saved me your marriage at that time, the first time. But like I say, Tick had bad friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go back to something too. You said something like Tick versus Demetrius. Tick, when I was younger, I say bad things to people right now when I was younger, and they still hurt them people. I can tell when I see them, they never forgot that stuff, and I feel bad because I didn't mean what I was saying.
Yeah.
But I can't. Word got power. When you say it, you can't take it back.
Can't take it back.
And I look at him. They don't say me about it, but I can tell they look at me. So I'm so proud of Demetrius right now. I'm very proud of him. He's doing real good. I ain't not mad at Tick. Tick was a good man too. But Tick attracted the wrong kind of women, But Demetrius, he attracted the right kind of women at the time. So I got my wife back. I attract you back. And I stayed Tick. Right. I don't think you would have came back.
Yeah, I don't think so
want you, but people right now. I said I'm around a couple people. I'm telling you, they got assault with me.
Mm-hmm.
I say some bad things to them now, but I want to apologize to them. If this is the podcast, I'm sorry. When I say something to offend you, I wasn't trying. After that outer ego Tick, man, that dude wild ass dude. You know what I'm saying? But Demetrius, you're gonna like him better. The more y'all listen to this podcast, you're gonna see the growth of me. I know that everybody don't know me, but the people who do know me, you're gonna see. And like my wife say, we're trying to help people. It ain't about no clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause my goal is, I told God, He helped me. I'm gonna help somebody. I'm gonna give back to him.
Yeah.
Help somebody to come out of a situation. Might say they married. They might realize that their wife might have committed adultery on them. They committed adultery on their wife. It can be. It's a hard thing to take, but you can overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's something like what Jesus say. The first one who ain't sinned, catch the first stone.
Okay. Yeah. Catch.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then. Hey, everybody gonna do something. So you mad at your well, he committed adultery on you. You did something to him. He might don't know. But you did something, so y'all can fix that thing.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree, as well. Demetrius and I have, when people ask us, like, the smart aleck people who, the smart people who want to be a smart behind. But how you and Demetrius can talk? I was like, what Demetrius and I do you know what the statistics is for divorces? Do you know? I'm asking this to the audience. If you don't, I want you to Google and or ask Chat GPT the statistics of divorces in the United States. And then once you do, you see that's how many kids, if they have children, that's gonna be growing up with opposite parents. I mean, in different households. 9 times out of 10, if it's a woman, now that woman then became a single parent. So if Demetrius and I can help create a very loving and nurturing healthy relationship or a healthy marriage where it give you enough guts to get in there to start enjoying each other again. I didn't say Demetrius and I are not perfect by a long shot, and we still have our battles, but we know a little different coping mechanisms now that we didn't do or apply back in when we first got married. So it's a difference between the marriage in 99 and the marriage in 2017. Totally two different marriages, even different people. So being able to accept your mistakes, being able to own up to it, being able to apologize, being able to look at each other and being able to hear each other out without talking. Demetrius and I both haven't mastered this part yet, but being able to talk, to listen, not to reply. Because some of us love to try to cut people. No, you give them a chance to get their thoughts out. You give them a chance that you cannot tell me. Demetrius cannot tell me how he made me feel back then when things was going wrong. I don't care what he thought. He cannot tell me. He has to respect my feelings at that time, what my thought process is, why I felt that way, why I felt neglected, why I felt unloved, why I felt unappreciated. And as you're trying to move forward, what would be your solution? You can't do all this airing out and don't have any solutions. You have to be able to either go for counseling, go get a mediator, being able to, like Demetrius said, being able to distinguish between a Tick and a Demetrius, being able to distinguish between a Angie that's unloved and an Angie that's, fighting for her marriage. That's the Angie that's in a married committed relationship. Angie that's a wife, a mother, somebody who's going off of the same in alignment with what God has for her. So it's a total difference. And if you have not identified any of those weaknesses, I'm gonna tell you something. When the when things hit, it's road gonna get rocky again. When roads get rocky, are you still gonna make those same mistakes? And if you have not came and and got in alignment and cleared some of those things out, you will go back to that same person what Tick had, what Angie had, those choices, those so-called friends, that plan B, guess what? They sitting out there, they lurking, it's in the Bible. It come to kill, steal, and destroy. Do you know why that scripture's there? It is there for a reason. Because they know if God know what you love, the devil know what you like. So don't forget, it might show up in a different person, but he knows exactly what you like. All right, Demetrius, you got anything before we go to break?
Oh man.
All right. Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Lead Life Experience podcast. We left off when we was talking about me versus him. And when we're saying me versus him, we're talking about me, myself, and I. When you are transitioning from your old, you want a new version of yourself. That's what we're gonna say. We're gonna call this, a new version of yourself. In order to get this to your new version of yourself. So, Demetrius, do you have anything else you want to be able to add, for our listeners about that?
No, I gotta, I can say this in like, when she talking about like me, like man, I'm saying me. I'm gonna use my own self first. Like my nickname Tick, my real name, my mama named me Demetrius. So
Yes.
Tick versus Demetrius. So right now I'm Demetrius, and I'm gonna stay Demetrius. Every once in a while, Tick come out every once in a while, just a little bit, control it. But I got people I've been around. They had a nickname, and and they like a nickname. Whatever the nickname was, they just like it. It say anything like I'm talking about, did anything. But now I look at them now, they go by their main name. Not main, I'm saying main. They go by the name of the mama name. The
They
government
government
name.
name.
Yeah, the government name. And so now they act like different people. They're like somebody respectful. They're thankful to do something. They just don't do it. They think about it first. And I know a lot of people probably married in relationship, got husbands and wives, got nicknamed Lil Big, Tootsie Roll, all them name, man. I advise you, go back to your government name. And you're gonna act like you're supposed to act. Like I said, these friends I'm talking about I got a friend still. They got their nickname and they act like it. I be looking like, man, you gonna ever grow out that mess. But that is what it is. Some people just they like that outer ego. It like a little dangerous, I call it, a dangerous side. They like that dangerous side. But yeah, that's about all I'm gonna say with that. Go with that.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying a lot of people that you do dissociate yourself from your older being as you grow and mature. You can't outgrow people. You can't outgrow situations. You can just outgrow things that, no longer entertain you. It's the same thing when you're trying to leave drug and alcohol alone and you no longer can associate with that same environment because you already know what is likely to happen. Statistics already prove when I went and did my clinical rotation at that for the Alcohol Anonymous, one of the things in that 12-step program is you couldn't go back around to those same places that you normally, or those friends, because if we know it's bad influence. With me being a nurse in the emergency room and I'm seeing, people come in on relapse, and the first thing that the doctor gonna want to know, like, what happened? How long have you been clean? And okay, if you were clean for this length of time, what changed? And again, they would say, "Oh, I went back to my familiar environment, or I was hanging with some friends." Like I said, if you don't put any boundaries into your daily life situation, it will show up again in different people, but it knows what you like and it'll continue to do it.
You're attracted to yourself.
Oh yeah, you were going. Of course, you're gonna bring it to yourself. So again, if you know things that you liked, and you wonder like, how in the world? And I tell some of my friends that when people tell me, oh, I keep being attracted to drug dealers. Oh, I keep being attracted to married men. Oh, I keep being attracted to men that's involved. You have told yourself that, and now you brainwashed to think that is the only thing that you can get, and now you have settled for that. But if you start telling yourself a different tune and listen to some different music, you'll see what happened. I had a suicidal patient that came in, and of course it wasn't successful, and she was a young girl. So when I asked her, what she was listening to, and she, of course, she was young. She wasn't even she wasn't even a black girl, but I had to talk to her in a way that I knew she knew. And one thing that I knew, that she knew was I knew she was listening to rap music. So when I asked her and I told her, I said, listen, when I was younger, I used to listen to the Mariah Careys and the Mary J. Blige and all the song music. I say, but in today's time, you have to listen to some raunchy music, some head busting music to get yourself up out there. You're gonna have to pull out some Sexy Red. You're gonna have to pull out some Lil Kim. And that's Lil Kim was in my era, but I was just saying Sexy Red because that was, who she said that she had listened to. So if you listening to music that's gonna make you get up and feel better, then that's what you're gonna have to, tell yourself until you get out that mood and being able to move forward. But if you're gonna sit there and mope, I'm telling you, and you listen to that kind of music, slow music, begging music, depressing music, it's gonna happen. It's gonna pull you back. If you listen to music talking about, if you're trying to change your language and you listen to music that have a lot of profanity in it, what do you think gonna happen? So Demetrius, that's all I got to say on that.
Well, I just want to add to it. Somebody who going through, you talking about like music and stuff. That stuff got power now.
Oh yeah.
You listen to it, you get to sing it, and you think you know, one of them rappers. A lot of the rappers be singing their music. They don't even live that life.
No, they don't.
They know, it ain't about that life, but it just somebody gonna tell them a story, and they put in a rap video, rap song, and here you go think you want to live that life. Don't do that. Change yourself from your nickname. I'm telling y'all, I mean, a younger person, everybody got a nickname they're younger. Everybody do. But I always come back to your government name. And I promise you, you got a relationship with your son, your girlfriend, or your husband or wife. Just try it. Your marriage will turn out better. Because the person, I'm pretty sure your nickname person, you did a lot of bad things in life. But the person that your government name, you ain't using long enough. You ain't did no damage to that name. I remember one time I took my son to a prison one time and let him talk to him. And I remember the sheriff said to him and told my son, I just showed him around, let him know if you're where you want to be at. And he told him, said, look at son, only thing you got is your name. If you destroy that name, that's it. And I destroyed a tick name. I destroyed a tick. But Demetrius still fresh. I ain't told that name up. I'm not been hurt
But
that
you
name.
have my son using tick.
No, he can have it now. I try to tell him, hey, he can have that name. Tick. It's all here now. Demetrius is a respectful man. Demetrius is a God-fearing man. Tick, he believed in God, but he didn't praise him enough. Mm-hmm. He praised the boys in the street, the pretty women, the pretty cars. Mm-hmm. So I say this to say all that in a young person or older person. You probably going to destroy your nickname, but your government name is still good. Yeah. Take it back on and make somebody. When you leave this earth, make that name a good name. Yes. Don't leave it. Hey, don't leave it dirty. Hey, you know what I'm saying, Honey Bunch?
I do.
Give him a little word of courage before you get off him. Before we're gonna break. Just tell him. I mean, what you think about the person I was and what I am now? How you tell the difference for that? And what you talking about?
Okay, I just want to, be able to add and talk about, some current events. Those of you who know who Black China is, and if you don't, you might want to Google her. Black China, she has the baby by Rob Kardashian and was affiliated with the Kardashians. But when she decided to change her life, she wanted to go back to Angela, which is her government name, the name her mom gave her at birth. But Black China had, butt implants, so she went and had those, those removed. So she went to get her, to maintain the body, and got piercings out her face, and she did a whole makeover. K Michelle did the same thing. to disassociate it, because again, you can have all the exterior and you can show up and you can get all that clout chasing attention, but then is that really, at the end of the day, do that still make you valuable? And I know a lot of people, even when I'm going to touch a little bit on it, that when we do have plastic surgery and go and get that done, when I went for my consultation, they made sure they asked me and checked my mental. They was like, oh, is anybody forcing you to do this? Are you doing it because you want to do it? Or is anybody, again, trying to coerce you, or is this how do you feel about yourself? And how do you feel like having this procedure done? How is it going to make you feel? And those things, they make you see a therapist before you go and undergo those cosmetic surgeries, because they know those just fix. But if you already don't love yourself and you don't have a relationship with that person in the mirror, those nips and tucks, that's why some people are addicted, because whatever you see and somebody else come along and say, oh, yo, something wrong with your nose, oh, something wrong with your teeth, oh, something wrong, you're going to continue going up under the knife, and you won't even be able to trust your own judgment. So, Demetrius, I'm going to say, being able to have a relationship with yourself, to love yourself, that I know it's things on my body that I do not like. And it's not because you telling me like, Angie, you need to get that done. It's because I physically want to feel better about myself. I physically know the things that's going to enhance me, and yes, give me more confidence, in those areas of being able to go in the dressing room and find something, that I like, because it's depressing being overweight. It's depressing when you can't find what you need. So again, when you do struggle with low self-esteem and insecurities, you start choosing prematurely. And again, that me, myself, and I, um, stigma, because you don't know yourself, and because you have allowed yourself to get into that, and I'm speaking again from myself, you start giving yourself to the lowest bidder that's definitely not qualified to have you, because you have not embraced who you are, what you bring to the table, and know that God said we are wonderfully and fearfully made, and because of that, we are worth more than rubies. And if He already gave it a step of improvements in the Bible, then who are we to let somebody come along and being able to take us back to where we trying to, grow from? You done seen ministers that's preaching, but because they have not disassociated themselves from that, a lot of people saying, oh, I'm not going to church. Why am I going to church? They doing the same thing. Some people do, have not changed, and they still doing a cover up. But it is some people who really out there that's really a sword up under God's way and choosing, to live a different life. The episode of the Lead Life Experience podcast. Listen, don't forget to text us 833-370-1608. Put relationships in the comments so we'll know exactly what you are texting us about, and being able to get on our VIP list. So, Demetrius, I think we finna change gears a little bit. So, tell me exactly where we're headed.
First, hey, my wife, like she say, hey, don't hit the subscribe button down there. Hit that like button right now below there for this YouTube thing, so y'all can get on with it, keep up with it when the content come out. I don't want you to miss nothing. I want you to be right on time. Now I'm gonna take it like I talked to this young lady last weekend too, and she was saying about her husband. He's 51 years old, but he running around acting like he's still 25. And I guess if we were talking about the last thing, we were talking about your alter ego, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder about men, men and women. I know women who do it too. They go around, what y'all call it, midlife crisis.
That's it.
Yeah, and I didn't get into too much detail with that lady about her husband, because she ain't been gonna call my name, so I say nothing. But I kind of like listen to her. But I would say to myself, she listens to the podcast, like, hey, I'm just gonna say it here. You got people acting like that. There's something missing somewhere. Somebody ain't loving themselves. Cause you too old for that. They say, you got men out here 51 trying to run these young girls, and they're 20 years old. I mean, kind of go with 20-year-old girls. You gonna kill yourself, man. You can't keep them young women like that trying to run. And then you got women that have cougars chasing these young boys. And all they're doing trying to be a mama to them. So I kind of like I was so much all ego. And when she told me the boy, when she called the man's name, she didn't call by his name, called by the nickname. But I wanted to tell him to change the damn name back to his government name. He'd stop out of those mess. Running around chasing women around like he crazy, man, getting drunk. Just doing stuff with a young person would do. And like hell, really, young people don't even do that no more. I don't see him doing all that, what she said he was doing. So I just kind of like, I want to go with that, like, go toward women too. Cause I have seen some women, older women, and I be disappointed in them because they out there running around here. And you got too old making a fool out yourself. You got your grandma, you got kids. I ain't running trying to go with these young boys and let them, these men. These men don't want you. You want to leave and leave the person you will because you think this dude wants you. Soon you leave that person, he gonna leave you too. He don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
So all these nickname people, all these names, you better. And you 50 years old, sit your ass down somewhere.
Oh,
Ever.
wow.
Yes, I need to say that.
Okay.
And I just wanted the person came to me with it, and I said I kind of felt bad, and she was kind of disappointed in her husband. But the man too over there, when she called me that nickname, I said, "Great, hey." I knew then. I said, "Yeah, that's a bad man." There, I know his real name, but I just stayed out there. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. It wasn't that across you. So how you felt about that?
Yes, again, we listen. We are. This is from Charlotte, North Carolina, and like I said, congratulations to the Cowboys because they did win that weekend. But
Boo. Go ahead.
but the reason why I did a surveillance of everybody that was down there, and I mean, stereotype is really what you call it, because I did see some older women that I felt like, you know, um, had they was looking for them to be older than me, and I'm 47, and but they were acting like they were younger. And so then you have to question, what really is age? If I'm still able to wear halter tops, would I still wear it? Probably so. Um, so just because I'm a grandmother, you have to realize now, this day and age, the average grandmother is in her 30s. She's not 60, 70, 80 anymore. The average age statistically that a grandmother is in their 30s. So think about it. By the time if she in her 30s, then that means she had her daughter when she was 15. That's giving them like a 15-year gap. So of course, she's trying to find herself, and I'm saying it because, not only am I guilty, but being with, some of my friends that do, some people have their preference. They like younger men. That's what they think. They don't want anybody older. And I think, and even some men's your age, they like young women. They don't want to. And I think when we call it midlife crisis, we don't want to get old. I have a friend, she don't want anybody to know her age. She don't want anybody, she done had all kind of surgeries, on her hands to not look, for it not to look like it's aging, had surgeries on her feet, so she don't want nothing on her body to look like it's, than age. And I'm thinking, what part of you, but your organs in the inside still is gonna be your biological age. But again, they don't want, it's some people who really truly they don't want to age. And I'm sure some men's out there, and again, men like and attracted to younger women. They want to get that still in a groove bag. They want to have that stamina. I hear you talk about it all the time, getting testosterone check. I never heard you talk about that in your 20s, but now here you
Hell,
are.
I ain't had to worry about
Okay, that's what
it.
I'm saying. So in your 50s, you got to change your dynamics. So it's a lot of things that comes with that now. That things that we didn't worry about in our, especially when we was younger, under 18, but it definitely not in our 20s and 30s. But here we are in mid 50s. I mean mid 40s, 45 and up. The conversations are different. So you are. I'm saying that if I had to be single again and something happened to you and I had to go back out there, I don't know how I would really survive. And I'm pretty sure I probably would not. I know I'm not going younger. I know that's absolutely off the table for me. You know, to other people, they feel like they done lost some time, so they go younger to get some time back. But no. Can you imagine if you were single, Demetrius? Do you think you would go? You 50, what 53? Do you think you can go and talk to you somebody in their 30s?
Not Demetrius won't. He won't do that. Demetrius know better. He got good sense. But that Tick, oh no with him. He might do anything.
Do
That's a
anything.
wild cat there. Huh? Yeah, he
Yeah.
a wild cat. That's why I say I try to keep him closed up somewhere. I got him out of my life. I'm trying to get him out of my son's life. Oh, you said some people got some midlife crisis going on, man. Kyle. You get a certain age, you put to change the way you supposed to see things different and walk a different way, talk a different way. You can't talk the same way you talk when you're 25. You got to change your conversation. You got to change your surrounding.
Yeah.
I travel real light when it comes down to friends. Real light. Hey, I ain't like Dion. Dion said he bring his Louis with him. Louis and Gucci. I ain't got all them people with me. I just travel real light. Just small little briefcase with a few friends around me. That's it. So I don't have them people in my ear talking all that crazy, talking to me, telling me to do things. What you saying about like it's about a younger woman with me? If something happened to you, I don't know what I'd do either, baby. I know, Demetrius, I don't know what I do. I don't even want to think about it. But
No,
Tick,
do it. I'm just gonna interject. I'm just saying that if something happened to me and you don't want to be by yourself, do you?
no, but you gotta be careful. You can't just walk out there.
No, that wait a minute. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
Oh,
just saying that even for your playing grounds, if something happened to you and I know I don't want to be single for the rest of my life. I wouldn't want to that something happened traumatically to you and then I don't want to be still feel like I'm young and vibrant. I know I don't want to be I had a patient to come in, you know, what maybe the first of the year and that man was 80 on and he had a girlfriend. I say, "Sir, you 80." He said, "Yes, and my girlfriend will be here. She's going to be here checking on me." He still was driving. He still was, alert and oriented. So I think and his girlfriend was, his age, she was, age appropriate. But I am just only saying that when you are trying to making these decisions and they're not like permanent, you have to accept the consequences that come. That if you are a woman and you out here and you messing with or are attracting to or playing with a younger person, then you already know what the consequences is. If it's money that he want and you feel like you got some and you want to be able to take care of somebody, then they just coming for the money. Or if you just want sex and that's all it's gonna be, then I just have to, I really don't like when people say that and they feel like feelings don't get involved. I don't care who you are, how old you are, how young you are. It's a things called feelings and emotions that get involved, and we might go in it thinking that, oh, I know he got a man, he got a wife, or I know girlfriend. But Demetrius, at the end of the day, I still want you for myself.
yeah, I know you want me, baby. Hey, no, but yeah, but hey, but the cougar women, I wish women stop doing that mess. Cause just cause eventually they want their own, like say they want their own
You want
husband.
your own relationship.
Yeah, but a young boy ain't gonna go no woman like that. I mean, he might have fun with you and do a little cutting, and you cooking for him, feeding him, and all that shit. But yeah, as soon as he find the right young girl, boom, he out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, older man can pull it out with a young girl because he gonna buy her. But here, sooner or later, she gonna go get a young man too because you ain't gonna be able to keep up with her. So I just feel like when a lady told me about 51 man, I'm like, damn, man. That cat need to change. Let's go back to his original name. He might calm down. Hey, I look across the ball. He's at the ball end. Over there like he's taking shots, laughing loud. I said, shit, man, let me get out of here, man. Hey, I had a good time with shot 100 bunt. But some things, hey, I seen it now. I can't do it no more, 100 bunt. I can't do it. Mitchell can't do it. I was clean up there, dressed like a businessman. I can't be going no ball getting drunk like that. But Tick whatever. He had some came with his Tim boots on and jeans, hood on his head. He been knocking them back, baby.
Buying rounds like
Buying around, talking loud. I'm already loud, but I would have been hollering there. Barking like a dog, doing all kind of crazy mess. But thank God let Demetrius come out. I'm gonna use that name to the only time Tick might come out, he have a class reunion, and I might let him see him for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna put him back up.
Well, at least you're able to be controlled. And I think, what we want you to take away from this episode, you all, that know everybody has an alter ego. And that alter ego is up to you, whether it's good or bad, negative or positive, and being able to be selective on your decision on when you want to allow that part to come out. And I'm saying, even for me, yes, I'm a very religious person, but I do would drink something. I do with dance, with dance, and
Tell them about you in Charlotte. You missed 2 drink limit. You went to 3, and you didn't feel good the next morning.
no, and like I said, I have never been drunk at my
You
years
weren't
of living.
drunk. You
No, no,
weren't
no. That's
drunk
what I'm
though.
saying.
I'm
I
saying,
wasn't
yeah.
drunk, but I had a headache, and I already knew that me trying to drink. I was like, God, what you trying to tell me? And I was like, I can't do this. And if for those of you who like to drink,
Y'all the ego came out. Y'all the ego came out. Right.
yeah, exactly. Being around familiar friends, and every time they had something on the cup, I'm thinking like, okay, just doing to get along. It is okay, you all, to stand alone. It is okay to let people pass the shots and you not to indulge in it. It is okay. And normally I am okay. Normally I can do things, and I'm really not a follower. I'm really not. So, but again, when it's around good friend, having a good time in a good environment, you do find yourself getting back. And plus, I was safe. Let's say that too, Demetrius. Being able to have your alter ego come out and you in a safe place is not coming
Yeah, it was a
back.
good location.
Yeah, it's not coming back to haunt you, because some people, like if you at a job and you drinking too much, no, that's the wrong setting. I don't care how close you and them coworkers are, they are your coworkers. So do not do that. But if you with family and friends, I'm talking about your childhood friends, who have your best interests at heart, yes, I can see, allowing yourself to, whine, to roll the window down just a little bit in order for you to, relax and not be so up tense. All right. Welcome back. We are here at the Lead Life Experience Podcast. We just want to tell you thank you again so much for rolling with us again. Like, share, subscribe, being able to leave 5 stars, 5-star reviews, you on all your podcast streaming platforms. We would highly, highly, highly appreciate it. So, Demetrius, let's go, because it's time for us to kind of clean this up a little bit. Let's
Yes, ma'am.
go, and we have people who saying they looking at themselves in the mirror, they listening to this episode in their car, and they saying, hey, I don't have an alter ego. I don't have, my name is, well, I'm saying, for example, for me, my birth name is Angela, but I go by Angie. And as Demetri was talking, I don't feel like it was an Angela or Angie, the reason why I made my
Well,
poor
Angela a
decision.
little different than Angela. I can tell you right now.
Well, I don't think so.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think so, because I prefer Angie. Even at my job, they know to call me Angie. I'm not a Angela. I go by Angie. And so I never have really did anything with Angela other than saying that, that's my name. And then my mom, them have always called me Angie. And so that's what I go
Well,
by.
can I say this now?
Yes, sir.
Angie did bad things to me. She been mean to me. But Angela never did nothing to me.
You
So
never met you never met Angela.
that's what I'm saying. So Angela still got a good name. Angela is good now, but I'm talking about back in the day. Angela was real bad. So I about met Angela. I might have put him still married the first time around. 'Cause Angela
I
was
doubt, no, I doubt it. 'Cause Angela didn't even have no self identity. Angela didn't even know what she wants. No, Angie too late. Angela is too laid back. Angela is too laid back, and she do people pleasing. Angela is she just followed the trend. She ain't really trying to make no fuss. But when Angie gets on the scene, Angie gonna let everybody know her name, her presence. She exists. You see what I did down in Car?
y'all, there you go coming out of there. I
Yeah,
understand
you doggone right. When
y'all
she
head
got
live. Y'all head live.
that's right. When she got to UCLA, then I tell you I was gonna get there. They The only reason they did not get to know my name is because I had my son them with me. But if my son them wasn't with me, I would have been out there on that field. That I would have been out there on that field because I don't go anywhere. I say majority of the places I already have a tactic and a motive to get me where it is that I need to be. Angela served notice. I mean, Angie served notice. She's gonna let you know that she's here. Angela is too relaxed and relayed back for me. She's not a disruptor. I am a disruptor.
Okay, okay.
Mwah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but you were saying I had to slide in when you talking about Angela, but you said the people out there in the car listening on the podcast, they say, "Well, they ain't got a nickname, right?"
No, they don't have a nickname. They don't have an alter ego. So I mean, everybody has an
Oh,
alter ego,
yeah, they got
but they
one.
don't. Don't have.
They're not
They might not
identifiable.
have. Yeah, they might not have a name. They like I don't know, cause my sister is saying her real name is Cassandra. My sister Pam, her real name is Pamela. So my name is Angie. My government name is Angela. My
Mm.
friend Kendra, her name is Kendra, birth name, but they call her Nikki. My friend Wendy is Wendy, but her name is Gwendolyn. So Demetrius, I'm just giving you examples. You're right. Everybody
Oh, now everybody listening to this podcast probably saying, "Yeah, I am right."
But
But
I
you,
got a cousin named Linda, and I don't think she has another name. I think her nickname is Boo though. So I don't think some people don't have a nickname. So what is your advice to them?
you ain't got a nickname, that's fine. But some of your life, your ego gonna came out. You gonna say something to somebody, you went overboard, you looked down on, you got bougie on them. Hey, now that if they told you right now you did that, you'd be ashamed. So what I'm saying, it's gonna came out you, folks. But I ask people, like I said, I heard some people feeling like, and some people have apologized to them, and they said, "Man, why you bad?" But I can tell you how you treat me. You still I'm that same person. I'm not that dude no more. So I'm pretty sure the people that you saying riding their cars or at work, in the bed laying down right now, this is me and you talk. If I was that dude don't know about me, I ain't got no other. Yeah, you do. You gonna did it. The thing about the people you gonna say something to, you shouldn't say. If you know that you said to somebody right now 20 years ago, and they come and say you say it to them. If you ain't ashamed about it, I mean, yeah, you're right. You ain't got all the ego, but you still ashamed about it. You know that when you. That when you talking to that person, whatever you say to them, how you treat them, are you did them wrong with a relationship or a bedroom? I don't know what you did to them, but you did something, and your ego did it. And I'm telling you, now my wife just told you her name, Angela. That's why my name Demetrius. That's what I go by, Demetrius Antonio Leo. How my mama would say it. Tick, that man gonna did stuff, and I can't tell you what he did, but he got a mask. He had a mask on, and sometimes I take that mask off, and I turn into a bad person, and I say the thing, and I cut people down, man, I feel small, like hell, this small, man. And I ain't proud of that. I'm ashamed of it, but I can't take it back. So only way I can go down and do forward, just tell them sorry. And the people who listen to me right now, it's my dad, and you got a chance to apologize to a person, even though they said something it's bothering you in your conscience, tell me you're sorry. And they might say, well, why you tell me I don't care about it? I just want to make me feel better. I apologize what I say to you. That wasn't me. I see life different now. That's why you need to get you a pair of dollar sunglasses, and you can start seeing life through a different set of lenses. Shop dollarnowwell.com. Tell them the Lee Life Experience Podcast sent you. Hey, that's what I need to tell them. That's right there. They go ahead,
Yeah.
honey bunch.
That's it. And I just want to be able to add again because I just want to give testaments to let people know that when I bring in the Bible, I don't always, use anything out the Bible, but I went ahead and did a Google search, and I asked you all to do a Google search with because I don't mind being fact checked. Some names in the Bible that was changed. You had Abram to Abraham, Sarah to it was Sarah with the H to Sarah with the I. They had Jacob to Israel, and then they
Yeah.
had Hosanna to Joshua. They had Solomon and Jebediah, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Naomi to Mara. And I'm gonna tell you something. You watch how you change your name, cause Naomi's name was pleasant in the beginning, but then she changed it after they had killed her husband and her sons. She went to Mara, which is bitter. So they told her, no, you need to change your name. You need to go to change your name back because your name you bitter. So just being mindful of the things that you allowing people to call you. And then they had with Simon to Peter. So I just want you to kind of be mindful that if God already had these changes in the Bible, why would you not think from a good to the bad, depending on who you asking? But being able to be selective, because again, people who've been around, for a while, and you coming around, just like I'm gonna say, for instance, I'm a huge Deion Sanders fan, and he called his son that's the cameraman Bucky, and I really thought that he was gonna that Bucky was gonna come out, which is his name is Deion Jr. And I really felt like he was gonna say, "Don't call me that. You only call me Deion Jr. Don't call me Bucky. Bucky is, and I'm sure he probably went along with it because his son, his dad already done put it out there, to the world. But Shador is a Shador, and Shiloh is Shiloh. That I haven't heard they have a nickname. So just be mindful of the names that you choosing. That even when I went to an area, hang with my friends, and I went what we call the hood, and I went over there, and they was calling, this girl, they used to call her Bullet. And I said, "Oh, what's up, Bullet?" Because I'm hearing everybody else call it. She said, "Don't call me that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So whatever what I said, however you feeling is whatever you answer to. If she had answered that, I would have thought it was okay to do. So and then even as you grow up, you do outgrow nicknames. So and I'm saying that to you because you feel like everybody done call me that. And sometimes, you get when our family and friends get these professionals, we forget what their real name. So even Demetrius had a cousin and she's in a healthcare setting. And I was like, Demetrius, don't call her that. He was like, I don't know what a real name because we so used to calling people by their nicknames. So just being mindful that when you out in a setting, you make sure you ask permission, especially as they grow up. Because my nickname is Put. Everybody, I can tell if somebody used that name, it had to be somebody that I grew up with way back when, because most people do not know that nickname. And when I hear that, I know it has to be somebody old school, like my uncles or aunties that's calling me that. But most grown people or most of my friends do not know that that's my name. So again, just be mindful. Yes, sir.
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying. A lot of people get them nicknames. They hide behind them nicknames. But I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I want everybody to get rid of them nicknames. Let that stuff. I listened to Steve Harvey one morning and show you talking about people. Same thing we talking about now. I just thought
Yeah.
about it. They got nickname Little Bit
Mhm.
and that all. But Little Bit, I guess she was a little girl back then.
Yeah.
But hell, Little Bit ain't little no more.
Like Bow Wow. Bow Wow, he outgrew Lil Bow Wow. So then he
Hey,
came on to Bow Wow. And then, of
yeah,
course, we don't want to add the controversy, but I'm just going to add it just because he done had several names. But, Sean, Diddy, Puffy Combs, his Dr. Love is one of his names.
yeah, he changed his
Puff,
name. But you get behind them names.
yeah. And, and
You asked him a story
unfortunately,
about Puff Daddy, P Diddy, but he got a story with all them people.
yeah.
But hey, like I say, I'm a hide behind Demetrius Lee. And everything I got to say about that man is a good man. Now y'all listen to me. A lot of people don't know me, but he's a good man. I'm gonna tell you something might get a laugh at everybody. But I had a friend of mine. High school. You know what his nickname was?
Was,
They just called him stupid.
oh.
It was nickname was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Now you call me. I had saw some people do that for lately. Like he ready to tear him up, tear him apart.
Mm-hmm.
You don't call him by like you said, call him a nickname like that, but that was a crazy name. And he took it in high school, but he realized, wait a minute, I'm not stupid. I ain't been go around living on that name. I don't blame him. I wouldn't take that name either. But I'm talking about some 30 some years ago now, y'all. It ain't nothing recent. But yeah, he let that name go. So
But
now,
But
go
that's
ahead.
what I'm saying. I'm just talking about when you want to disassociate yourself and you want people to address you in another way. And if again, respect is earned, you all. Let me make sure. Let me sit up, and I need to probably take the glasses off and look you eye to eye. Respect is earned. You can't expect, like Demetrius saying that, he done redeemed himself just because he feel like he has redeemed himself. Respect is earned. And if he was still going around yelling and barking like a dog and doing all that crazy, obnoxious stuff, nobody not gonna respect him. They're gonna keep on getting him tick because that's how he acting.
That's right.
But when you approach yourself, and I told my son that my son and I went somewhere to handle business, and I was telling him about the bank. Gotcha. And we were going to the bank, and I told him, I said, when you get in there, you look that woman or that man, you look them eye to eye. You give them a firm handshake. You let them know that, hey, My name is Demetrius, and I'm coming up here representing my business. You let them know that you're not a flunky.
Oh, his name ain't Tick.
No,
Go
his name not Tick
ahead.
when he handling business. He's in a professional setting, and you go in there and you articulate your words. You let her know that you know what you're talking about, and you tell her, say, I don't know anything. Listen, you all be. It's okay to not know everything. You don't have to know everything, but present yourself in such a way with dignity and integrity that they have no other choice but to accept you. Because when you step into some of these professional settings and they're not looking and expecting us to be there, and when I'm saying us, I'm talking about black ethnicity, and when we are stepping in there, and what they say, it's a quote: people don't know how dumb you are until you start talking. That's one. And if you start opening your mouth and saying something crazy, then guess what? That's when they're going to size you up. And they'll feel like you don't belong, even if you feel like that. And then when they say, if you want to keep something from a black person, put it in a what?
Book.
Put it in a book. And the reason why I told my son, if you want a different change and a different outcome, you got to do things different than how you ever did it before. I don't care if you don't want to go to college, but you better be some of the best smart millionaires. They quit college. They dropped out of college. But you better open up a book and you better read it, because the millionaires already done took time. If they didn't write it, they paid somebody to take the notes for them to put it in the book. You better be trying to get some notes. I'm getting ready to start me a book club. I said everybody need to be joining into the book club, because again, it's impactful. Demetrius, just touch a little bit on that about Tick when read no books, but Demetrius,
Shoot no.
what you doing now, Demetrius?
Demetrius read books.
Now tell them what you
Yeah.
reading, what you currently reading right now.
Disruptive thinking.
By who?
TD Jakes. TD Jakes. That's right. Yeah. And I have my disruptor too.
Yeah.
But reading books, hey, it take you a long way.
Yeah.
It'll take you a long way, Honey Bunch.
That's right. Some of the stuff that we having to get, we self-taught. It's nobody had to kind of like tell us. It's self-taught, and you bring it to you if it's something that you want to do. And again, if you're trying to break from your alter ego, and like Demetrius was saying, whoever that person was, they was calling stupid, and because so many people probably called them that, they probably did feel like that
Yeah,
until
for a minute, but he woke up. He
yeah,
woke
that's what I'm
up.
saying. Until somebody came along and saying, "Why are you accepting them calling you names like that?" Somebody had to do it, because again, what you answer to, that's a big thing. With how you answer. So until somebody comes in your life and say, "Hey, you can do this," and encourage you, motivate you, tell you that you love, tell you that you're worthy, tell them whatever it is you're aiming for, get you a role model that's out there doing it. If you want to be a landscaper, and I want to give a big shout out to my cousin Perry. Perry, his name is Monk. That's another one, Demetrius.
Oh yeah, Monk.
Oh yeah.
Monk. I'm gonna leave Monk alone.
Monk is
Perry,
unorthodox.
yeah, but Perry,
Monk,
Perry.
yeah.
I read that Perry. I can't tell him I
Yeah,
never met him.
exactly. Monk is unorthodox. He don't care what he say. He loud. He don't wear no shoes. He just do anything. But when pairing comes up,
Oh, you know Perry.
pairing is signing deals. He closing contracts. He got a 6-figure landscaping business. He didn't go to college. He got out of prison and went straight to work. He said when he got out of prison, he got out there with a plan. And he said he ain't need but one bad woman on his side. And I'm telling you, they've been elevating ever since. So I just want to leave you all with that, just in case you saying, hey, this is my lifestyle. I'm just telling you, when you want something and you want to be able to elevate and rise to the top, get around you somebody who can make it happen.
Hey, before we go, I want to close it out to let them know, hey, look here. I'm glad I see y'all next week. Look forward for another episode of the Lead Life Experience Podcast. And I promise y'all, you won't see Tick. You will be talking to Demetrius next week. Demetrius, and right now I'm talking to Angela, but I want to see what Angela got tonight.
Nah.
Can I meet Angela tonight? I like to see what she got going on tonight.
No, Angela, she too laid back. You probably never meet her.
I'll bring the best out of her, baby.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Goodbye. Have a blessed day.
All right, enjoy. Till next time, you all. Lead Life Experience Podcast. 5-star review, please. All right.
Hi, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed the episode so far. You are here with the Lead Life Experiences. And remember, if you want to get your topics discussed or get our opinion or our perspective, join us at text us at 833-370-1608 and put relationships in the comment.